So there are a ton of websites out there that say use Kahoot for this, use Quizizz for this, and sometimes it can be a bit chaotic to decide which one should I use, in what subject matter should I use everything. So I just wanted to clarify when I use in my own class each one, because I do use both and I use them very often. So let's start with Kahoot. For Kahoot, I use it probably less often than I use Quizizz. Kahoot is more likely to be used in situations where you want to review with the entire class. So this might be before a big unit test, where you want to stop and you want to make sure that students are really understanding every single question, because there is breaks between every question when using Kahoot. So it's the same layout as Quizizz. All these sites really look very similar when kids are playing the game. That's not the big difference, but the big difference is, as a teacher, what are you using it for? Are you using it because you just want to ask kids questions, or are you using it because you really want to review with the whole class? So I would say for bigger check for understandings, for things that really need some discussion and some talking points, and for you to make sure that every student is on the same page, I would use Kahoot, because you are going to have it on your projector. You're going to have students all in the same question at the same time. While with Quizizz, that's not the case. So I would use Kahoot maybe at the end of a hyperdoc. Now, if you're just listening, you don't know what a hyperdoc is, go into my website, go up to hyperdocs and see some examples. Now, hyperdocs, again, are those activities where students are doing multiple stepped differentiated learning in order to really learn material, and it can be for any subject, so go check them out. For Kahoot, I would put it at the end. I would have all students at the same place, and we would maybe finish off class or start class with a Kahoot. Now, Quizizz can go anywhere. In a hyperdoc, I might have Quizizz right in the middle, where students can all get on and do it at separate times whenever they are ready to practice something, or maybe it's not before a test. It could be in the middle of learning something. You could use it as a test to see how much they already know before you start a unit. The material is so easy to check as they're going, and you can also use it to see at the end of a unit, maybe before a test. You could even use it as a quiz, actually, so it doesn't have to be right before a quiz. Quizizz could be your quiz, because you have all the data that you need. You get every student's individual data. You get class data, just like you would if you made, say, a paper test or Google Forms. Students are taking it individually. Students are going to be on separate questions at separate times, so you don't have to worry about that cheating aspect. Quizizz is much more of an individual thing. Now, the only concern with Quizizz is it doesn't go over the wrong answers. Now, they'll know that they didn't get it correct, but it doesn't tell them exactly what the right answer is. So students will need to go back over, maybe take the quiz again, so that they can make sure that they are getting all of the answers correct. Some teachers may see that as a positive thing, that students will need to figure out what the right answer is, that they're not going to be told. But if you want them to know what the correct answer is, then you're going to need to use Kahoot and explain it as a whole class. Hopefully that cleared things up. Thanks.